Algebra 2 students. In front of us are the steps for 5.2. Now we're dealing with quadratics, okay, heading towards CBA 4, and we'll definitely be well prepared for that. Okay, so we'll pause for this. Let's go and straight up get into this. Now, before I read that problem, we are going to be referring to your notes from last week. Okay, a lot going on here, but as promised, with your notes, everything will work out just fine, okay? So, you're going to be asked to sketch the graph of each function, okay? So, long story short, you're going to ultimately perform like a calculator. In the process, you'll be able to know quadratics, okay? Not pretend, but actually know quadratics, okay? So, expect us to be calculator free for this CBA, but it's not a problem, okay? You'll learn and you'll perform well, which is exactly what we want. Sketch the graph. Tip, okay? First, find the direction of the parabola, axis of symmetry, vertex, and intercept, okay? So I've got two problems just to kind of compare. We'll do good old number 1. Let's see here. So yeah, let's go and get started. So step 1 is make sure you're in y equals, okay? So alright. Step 2, make sure you have standard form, okay? Now it looks like for the CBA, you're not gonna have too much drama with these. If there is, we'll prepare you, but for the most part, it should be pretty straightforward. Okay, so for step 2, looks like we're good to go. Okay, we have ax squared plus bx plus c. So you need your x squared up front, your x in the middle, and then your constant in the back. Okay, so whoops, I copied it wrong. Okay, so up here, this is cool, right? Once again, that invisible coefficient, you guys understand you're multiplying by, I should write it like this. It's x squared, right? We need a number here, so that's a 1. 1 times x squared is x squared, so we're still good. But they tell us it's negative, so we have to leave it there, okay? And then we have our bx. Okay, done. So let's go to step 3, identify a, b, and c. Okay, very important step. A equals this coefficient right here. Okay, in front of the x squared, this is b, and all of this is c. Okay, so really, this is where somebody might make a silly mistake, okay? So a is -1, b equals 4, and c is it 8? Okay, now how do you identify? It must come after a plus, okay? So here's what I'm gonna do here, okay, in real time for this video, is I'm gonna go ahead and I'll leave that there, but this is the real standard form. Check this out. Y equals, okay, this plus the 4x plus the -8, okay? Because standard form tells you must have a plus, and then you must have a plus, right? So we're gonna do it this way, okay? So in your notes you'll have this, but this arrow is very important. Okay, so we'll start this step. This is going to be the way we protect ourselves from making silly mistakes. Okay, anyways, pretty easy stuff. Let's go and continue. Now we have step 4, identify direction, symmetry, vertex, and y-intercept. Okay, so we'll go slow. The direction, okay, so if a basically is positive, it's up. If a is negative, it opens down. Okay, so let's go ahead and alright. Okay. Step 4. There's a lot going on in step 4, but this is easy stuff, okay? So we're going to use this notation, okay? What's the direction, okay? If you don't like it, you can write out direction. It's up to you. What is the direction? We're going to say that A is less than 0, okay? And maybe we should do it this way to avoid problems. We're going to say A equals -1. So therefore, A is less than 0. Okay? Why am I making that statement? Because when I'm grading you, when you guys are doing this, you definitely want to show that you understand this notation. Okay? This is A is negative. Okay? So in this case, because you're going to show me that, hey, I understand that A is -1, which means A is negative in this notation, right? So therefore the parabola is going to open downward. Okay, I guess we can add another arrow here. Okay. So this is going to be important for you to communicate to me and to yourself. Okay. All right. Next up is the symmetry. The axis of symmetry is x equals -b over 2a. Okay. So the axis of symmetry, we've seen this before, right? Is x equals -b over 2a, which equals negative, right? We're substituting, so b is 4. Again, this is what I'm looking for. Even if you make a mistake, the setup is your moneymaker, right? 2a. Okay, you get this part, you get your full credit basically with me, okay? Here you might make some mathematical error, who knows, okay? But this is 4 over, or -4 over -2. So we've got, okay. Next, we have the vertex that we're going to identify. And we have -b over 2a for the x-coordinate. The y-coordinate of the vertex is the value y of the function for x equals. Okay, so basically once we know what the x-coordinate is, which we do because it's up here, we need to know what the y-coordinate is, and we simply plug in the number we got here into the function. Okay, excuse me. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so the vertex will get some space here. Okay, the vertex is -b over 2a. Okay. This part's important, okay? This is basically the formula. You can't go wrong, okay? So in that case, what we're gonna have is, we've done the work here with the axis of symmetry, so we've got 2 f of 2. Okay, this is going to be your money maker. Okay, when it comes to vertex, if you can show me that you understand the formula, you can show me that you're using the value we got here with the axis of symmetry. Okay, this pretty much is a full credit. Okay, here you want to go the extra mile, so now we go back to our function. Okay, so let me, okay, I don't want to copy it wrong here. Okay, so again, to the function you're going to enter f of 2, which means we're simply going to put in a 2 for x. Okay, here's a negative, x is a 2, the square. Now I get the 4. I'm going to substitute. And here we we can jump the gun, so this would be -4, right? PEMDAS would tell you to do the exponent first and then multiply the negative. +8 minus 8, which is -4. Alright. So then in all actuality we have 2, -4 as the vertex. Okay. And next, what do we need? We need the y-intercept. Alright. So the y-intercept is simply 0c. Okay, so the x value is 0 and then whatever c is, right? So you guys have dealt with that before. So we have the y-intercept. Okay, we know that that's 0c, and we have 0 for x. We've identified c earlier, right? Where is it? -8. So we're done. Okay. In terms of gathering critical information, now what we're going to go ahead and do is graph this without the calculator. Okay. So let's go ahead and set this bad boy up. Okay. We've got the y-intercept 0, -8. Maybe we should go in order. Maybe not. We'll see. Okay. What do we have? Direction, X. Okay, so let's go with the vertex and the y-intercept. Okay, so we have 0, -8. We'll say that's -4. We'll say that's -8. Okay, so this is the y-intercept done. Okay. Next up, we can go ahead and go with the vertex, which is 2, -4. So we'll go again 4 and 8, and we have 2, -4, right? So 2, -4 right there. We'll call that the vertex. So of course the graph is going to be your moneymaker, so make sure you label every point. It's critical. What else do we have to work with? Okay, we know that it's going to be what? Facing downward, and the axis of symmetry is at x equals 2. Okay. So we know that this is where we have 2, and the axis of symmetry is how you're going to indicate it. Okay. So now the only thing what you're going to do is connect the y-intercept and the vertex. But of course, keep in mind that this is the line of symmetry like a mirror. So you've got to make sure that it's also facing downward. So we're going to connect it like that. Okay. Now you don't have enough points to be perfect, but you've got the critical ingredients. Alright, appreciate your time. We'll catch you in class.